If you're having trouble with injuries or bye weeks or whatever the case is, I'm going to give you 3 sleeper running backs you could plug in your lineup, and you might not be disappointed this week, either at the flex or obviously running back. And the first guy is Jermichael Hasty of the San Francisco 49ers. He's versing the Seattle Seahawks this week. Pretty tough team versus the run, but Hasty, I think he's going to get a lot of work. We saw Jeff Wilson Jr. emerge out of nowhere last week with 112 yards and 3 touchdowns before shattering his ankle. And then after he went out, Hasty got the majority of the carries over Jerick McKinnon. There's reports that Tevin Coleman might have a chance to come back this week, but I don't see it happening. Maybe one more week for Coleman before he comes off the IR. So Hasty here, we saw him even 2 weeks ago on Sunday Night Football versus the Rams, close that game out. So I believe Kyle Shanahan believes in Hasty more as that every down workhorse over the often injured Jerick McKinnon. So Hasty, I would go out there and start him. He's not bad for a flex or a number 2, especially with the injuries and the buys. I could see Hasty getting anywhere from 12 to 15, and that's not a bad start from a guy who a few weeks ago no one even knew who he was. The second guy we're staying in the same game is DJ Dallas, the rookie running back for the Seattle Seahawks. We saw Chris Carson get hurt last week on Sunday night versus the Arizona Cardinals. He's week to week, but the way it sounds to me, he'll be out anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks with the mid-foot sprain. And Carlos Hyde, who had a good game in relief duty of Carson, he's banged up too with a hamstring injury. And as of now, his status of playing in Week 8 is uncertain. So this leaves DJ Dallas as the only healthy back in that backfield. And he's out there in tons of leagues. I actually just got him off waivers in a few, and I'm starting him in one because I'm a Carson owner. So if Carson's out, he's the guy to go with. So DJ Dallas, young legs, he's a rookie. He's in one of the best offenses in football, and I'm going to want a part of it no matter who's back there in the backfield. I think DJ Dallas, he could get you a sneaky 10 to 15 points. And as a number 2 a flex, that's solid production also, especially what we've seen from running backs over the last few weeks. So DJ Dallas, if he's out there, go out there and pick him, because the way it sounds to me, Carlos Hyde is not going to play in this game, or Travis Homer, who left the game also versus Arizona. So just a lot of injuries back there for the Seattle Seahawks. So DJ Dallas looks like he's the last man standing in that backfield for Seattle. And the third and final sleeper at running back is Gus the Bus Edwards, the former Rutgers college athlete. This guy, he's got power. We see them use all 3 of their backs, Ingram, him, and J.K. Dobbins getting the work. I would like to see Dobbins getting the work, but if Ingram is out, which is very possible, he's got a mid to high ankle sprain. Gus Edwards, he is in a tough matchup versus Pittsburgh, but I think you could count on him to get a goal line stomper and 50 total yards, which is not a bad ball game. 11 to 12 fantasy points. And Gus Edwards, he's a sleeper. The Ravens like him. We saw him 2 years ago really emerge in that backfield before they signed Ingram the next season. So Gus Edwards, a big back. He's not going to catch the ball out of the backfield, really. That's what Dobbins is there for. But you could count on him in your starting lineup or flex this week. If Mark Ingram's out, and it's looking like he is, we'll see what the practice report says. But Gus Edwards is my third running back sleeper of the week. So go out there and get him if he's available also. So that's 3 sleeper running backs I want to start this week going into Week 8 of the fantasy football season.